Welcome back to another episode of Succeed Against the Odds, the podcast where we tackle life's challenges head on and empower you with practical tools to thrive no matter the circumstances. And today we're diving into a topic that many of us dread: how to handle toxic behavior at family gatherings. The holidays and special occasions are meant to be a time of connection, warmth, and celebration, but sometimes certain guests bring hostility or divisiveness to the table. Whether it's a relative who enjoys stirring the pot or someone who uses gatherings as a stage for their harmful rhetoric, these situations can feel overwhelming. Today, I'm going to share some strategies you can use to protect your peace and steer the event back to positivity without losing your cool. Let's get started. First, let's talk about what toxic behavior looks like. It's not just someone being opinionated or passionate. Toxic behavior crosses the line when it's divisive, disrespectful, or meant to provoke. This could include personal attacks, inflammatory comments, or language that is designed to embarrass or belittle others. Once you recognize this behavior for what it is, basically a deliberate attempt to create chaos or dominate the conversation, you can avoid reacting emotionally and stay in control. Remember, toxic people thrive on reactions. Their goal is often to pull you into their storm. But here's the good news: follow the wise saying that you don't have to attend every argument that you're invited to. Handling toxic people starts long before you even arrive at the gathering. Preparation is your superpower. One way to prepare is by setting an intention. Think about your purpose for attending. Maybe it's to enjoy time with loved ones, support a specific family member, or simply make it through the day with your peace intact. Keeping this intention front and center will help you stay grounded. It's also helpful to visualize calm responses. If you anticipate certain comments or topics, rehearse how you will respond in a way that diffuses tension. For example, if someone tends to bring up divisive subjects, you could respond with, "That's an interesting perspective, but let's focus on enjoying the day." When you practice staying calm, you're less likely to get thrown into the moment. And don't forget the power of connection. Quietly team up with others who share your values or understand the situation. Having a few allies can make it much easier to redirect conversations and create a more positive atmosphere. Now, let's get into the heart of it. What do you do when the toxic behavior begins? One of the most important things you can do is pause before reacting. When someone says something inflammatory, it's natural to want to jump in and defend yourself or others. But taking a deep breath and pausing, even if it's for a few seconds, gives you a moment to choose a calm and thoughtful response. Another powerful tool is to redirect the conversation. Toxic comments thrive when they're given the spotlight. You can shift the focus to something neutral or positive. For example, you could say, "Let's keep things light. Has anyone seen the new movie?" Or, "This turkey is amazing. Who made it?" These small pivots can steer the energy away from negativity. Sometimes, though, you'll need to set boundaries firmly but respectfully. For example, you might say, "I'm here to enjoy the holiday, not debate. Let's change the subject." Or something like, "That feels divisive. Let's focus on connecting instead." Boundaries can feel intimidating, but there's an act of self respect and protect the atmosphere for everyone. And remember, silence is your friend. If someone says something hateful or inflammatory, responding with a neutral expression and no words sends a clear message. This behavior isn't worth your energy. If the behavior continues, it's okay to excuse yourself. A simple, "Excuse me, I need to check on something in the kitchen," or "I'll be right back," removes you from the situation and protects your peace. Now, when the toxic behavior comes from a partner, protecting your energy is even more critical. First, remind yourself that their behavior reflects their issues, not yours. This helps you detach emotionally and focus on what matters most: your peace and well being. If things feel overwhelming, create small opportunities for self care during the gathering. This might mean stepping outside for fresh air, chatting with someone you trust, or focusing on the positive interactions happening around you. If your partner's behavior is impacting others, you can still offer quiet support to family members who may feel uncomfortable. A kind word or a change of topic can go a long way in diffusing tension and showing solidarity. Navigating these situations isn't just about handling the toxic person, it's also about protecting yourself and supporting others who might feel targeted. Stick with the people who lift you up and focus on positive interactions. If you notice someone else being affected by toxic comments, show them kindness. A simple smile, a change of subject, or sitting beside them can make a huge difference. It's also important to remind yourself that toxic behavior is a reflection of the person expressing it, not you. Don't take their storm personally, it does not belong to you. Sometimes the best way to handle toxic behavior is to remove yourself from the environment altogether. If the situation feels unsafe or the behavior becomes too aggressive, it's okay to leave. You can always follow up with family members later to explain your decision and reinforce your boundaries. Your well being matters more than staying out of obligation. Family gatherings can be complicated, but they're also an opportunity to show strength, compassion, and leadership. By preparing ahead of time, setting boundaries, and staying calm, you can navigate even the most challenging situations with grace. And here's the thing, you don't have to fix toxic people, and you don't have to tolerate behavior that disrespects you or others. Protecting your peace is a powerful act of self care, and it sets the tone for what you're willing to accept in your life. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who might find it helpful. And if you have a story or tip about handling toxic behavior at family gatherings, I would love to hear it. Connect with me on social media or drop me a message. Until next time, remember, you are stronger, smarter, and more resilient than you realize. Thank you so much for listening and for being here today. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe, rate, and review this podcast, and make sure to share it with your friends. You can find the links mentioned in this episode and all of the show notes at francescaanastasi.com/podcast. And you can also find us on YouTube. Once again, thank you so much for being here today. Until next time, embrace your magnificence.